No army dares touch Sodom. We are untouchable.
Father!
Why is the sky burning? That snowstorm! It's burning! The walls are... The heavens have opened! It is burning.
Imagine standing in a city so powerful, so untouchable, that you believe nothing can destroy it. The markets are alive.
There is the copper, as agreed.
And here are the 20 coins. May we trade again?
The walls are 30 meters thick. The plains are green like Eden itself. Then, the sky turns white. Not red, not dark. White. A second later, the air ignites. Before anyone can scream, the city ceases to exist. This is not a legend. This is not mythology. This is a forensic investigation into the day the sky exploded over Sodom. For thousands of years, Sodom was dismissed as religious symbolism.
And so the desert whispered secrets to the stars, secrets older than the dunes themselves.
A moral warning, a divine allegory, a campfire story about wickedness and punishment. But in the Jordan Valley lies a massive ruin called Tal el-Hammam, and it matches the ancient description perfectly. Genesis describes Sodom as the jewel of the plain.
Make way for the grain.
Careful, we need that for the granary.
Come along now, children, stay close.
Lush, fertile, like the garden of the Lord. Tal el-Hammam was exactly that. A Bronze Age powerhouse, 10 times larger than ancient Jerusalem. Protected by enormous defensive walls, a thriving economic center controlling trade routes.
Move along now, we're almost there. Steady, keep moving.
This wasn't a sinful backwater. This was a super city. And then everything stopped. No gradual decline, no invasion, no rebuilding, just sudden silence.
2 measures of grain for 1 of oil.
That is highway robbery. Clear the path.
When archaeologists dug into the site, they expected layers of civilization. What they found instead was a scar. A 3-foot thick destruction layer, gray ash, pulverized brick, charred debris. But this wasn't normal fire damage. Pottery was melted into glass. Mud bricks were liquefied on one side.
The key evidence lies here, in the melted texture of the brick and these tiny bone fragments.
Human bones were shattered into microscopic fragments. This required temperatures over 2,000 degrees Celsius, hotter than a volcano, hotter than medieval warfare. Only 2 known forces on Earth can create that heat: a nuclear detonation or a cosmic airburst. In 2021, a scientific team published findings that shocked historians. Their conclusion: Tal el-Hammam.
These findings confirm our hypothesis that this site predates all others, fundamentally changing our understanding of early civilization.
Was destroyed by a massive meteor airburst. Imagine a space rock the size of a stadium entering Earth's atmosphere at 60,000 kilometers per hour. It never hits the ground. It explodes midair. The blast wave travels faster than sound. Temperature spikes to thousands of degrees in less than 1 second. Walls vaporize. Roofs ignite instantly. Human bodies disintegrate before nerves can process pain. The energy released? Up to 1,000 times stronger than Hiroshima. The city wasn't burned. It was erased. Ancient texts describe fire and brimstone raining from heaven. Brimstone means sulfur. At el-Hammam, scientists found small white spheres embedded in ash, 98% pure sulfur. When ignited, they burn with an intense blue flame, hot enough to melt stone. Pure sulfur like this is extremely rare in nature, but it would be consistent with a sulfur-rich meteor fragmenting in the atmosphere. Is this coincidence? Or is this physical evidence of what ancient witnesses described as divine judgment? The ancient account says the land became barren, a wasteland of salt. Modern soil analysis found salt concentrations reaching 60,000 parts per million. That level sterilizes land. Nothing grows, nothing survives. The likely explanation? The airburst vaporized parts of the Dead Sea, launching superheated salt and minerals across the valley. A toxic cloud blanketed the region. For nearly 700 years, the area remained uninhabited. 7 centuries. The Garden of the Lord became a dead zone. The story says Lot's wife turned into a pillar of salt. Many dismiss this as metaphor. But in a high-temperature mineral storm, vaporized salt can crystallize rapidly in the air. Anyone caught in that shockwave could be encased in mineral deposits within seconds.
It is burning.
Was this supernatural transformation or eyewitness memory retold in the language of ancient people? This isn't just about Sodom. It's about human vulnerability. We build cities. We believe we are secure. We assume the sky is stable. But history tells another story. The atmosphere is not a shield of certainty. It is a battlefield of cosmic debris. el-Hammam stands as a warning frozen in ash, not necessarily of divine anger, but of cosmic reality. Civilization can vanish in seconds. 4,000 years ago, someone survived long enough to tell the story. They didn't describe shockwaves. They didn't understand thermodynamics. They described what they saw: fire from heaven, brimstone, salt, total destruction. And now, archaeology is uncovering a city that matches that description with terrifying precision. Was it judgment? Was it coincidence? Or was it a moment where heaven and physics collided? One thing is certain. On that day, the sky opened, the earth burned, and a civilization was written into legend. If you want more forbidden history revealed with science, stay with us. Subscribe before the next excavation changes everything. Because sometimes the myths were never myths at all.